Before we dive in, if you've been enjoying my tips on men's health, especially after 50, please consider subscribing to the channel and giving this video a like. It helps us reach more men who truly need this information and supports my work as a doctor. Now, let's get honest about a topic many avoid: daily masturbation after 50. Is it good? Is it dangerous? Does it help or harm your prostate, testosterone, and long-term vitality? After decades treating men, I can tell you, this habit isn't just about pleasure. It can be a powerful health tool, or it can quietly become a problem. That depends on how you do it, how often, and what your body is telling you. Many men never stop to analyze this. But the truth is, after 50, your body goes through changes in hormone levels, blood flow, and sensitivity, meaning the same actions you took in your 20s may now have completely different effects. Daily masturbation might seem harmless, or even helpful, for relieving stress or staying active. But for some men, it begins to drain energy, increase inflammation, and even affect sexual function over time. The difference lies in frequency, mindset, and recovery. Just like exercise, done right, it's healing. Done wrong, it's exhausting. So today I'll walk you through the real science, the most common mistakes, and how to turn this habit into something that supports your prostate, testosterone, circulation, and emotional health. And trust me, it's not just about stopping or continuing. It's about reprogramming the way you relate to this part of your life. Most men assume that masturbation doesn't really affect testosterone. But after 50, that's no longer true. Why? Because as we age, hormonal sensitivity increases, meaning even small habits can have a big hormonal impact. Frequent ejaculation, especially daily, can lead to subtle shifts in dopamine, prolactin, and testosterone levels that affect your mood, your recovery, and even your drive the next day. Let's start with testosterone. After climax, the body naturally produces prolactin, a hormone that signals recovery mode. In younger men, this effect is brief, but in men over 50, prolactin levels tend to linger longer and suppress testosterone for longer periods. That's why some men feel mentally foggy, emotionally flat, or even more fatigued after daily masturbation. If this is happening to you, it's not your imagination. Your hormonal feedback loop is simply more delicate now and needs to be respected. Next is the prostate. The prostate produces the fluid that surrounds and nourishes sperm. Regular ejaculation can help clear this fluid, which may support prostate health in moderation. But too much activity without adequate hydration or rest may lead to inflammation, congestion, or even increased pressure on the pelvic nerves. In fact, many men over 60 who suffer from discomfort in the lower pelvis never connect it to their daily routine. Lastly, let's talk about energy. Masturbation activates the nervous system, and when done mindfully, it can help reduce stress. But when done on autopilot, especially late at night or in secret, it often leaves men feeling guilty, restless, or tired. The body treats climax as a release, and release is followed by recovery. If you're not allowing your body to recover fully, over time, you're slowly draining the very vitality you're trying to preserve. Masturbation itself is not the issue. The problem lies in how most men approach it, especially after 50, without awareness of how their body has changed. Over the years, I've noticed patterns in patients who report fatigue, prostate tension, low libido, or even mild erectile dysfunction. And many of them had no idea their daily habits were silently contributing. So here are the 5 most common mistakes I see and how to avoid them. Mistake number 1, rushing the act. Many men, especially in private, rush through masturbation like it's a chore or secret task. This triggers a stress response, tightens the pelvic floor, and shortens the pleasure recovery cycle. Instead, slowing down, breathing deeply, and allowing full body awareness can turn it into a restorative process rather than a depleting one. Mistake number 2, using poor posture. Believe it or not, the way you sit or lie down during masturbation can affect your prostate, back, and pelvic nerves. Many men slouch forward, squeeze their thighs, or hold tension in the lower back. Over time, this posture compresses blood flow and may worsen pelvic discomfort. Choose a relaxed, open position that allows circulation and comfort. Mistake number 3. No hydration or nutrient replenishment. Ejaculation causes a release of zinc, magnesium, and other trace minerals. If you're not replenishing with proper nutrition, especially after age 50, your body doesn't recover as fast. This can affect energy, mood, and even hormone production. After masturbation, drink water and consider natural foods high in zinc, like pumpkin seeds, to support your system. Mistake number 4. Ignoring frequency and recovery. What worked in your 30s doesn't always work in your 60s. Some men need 24 to 48 hours between sessions to fully restore their vitality. Daily masturbation without listening to your body can lead to fatigue, prostate congestion, or lowered libido. You don't need to stop. You need to adapt to your biology. Mistake number 5. Using porn as a crutch. Over-reliance on digital stimulation changes brain chemistry, reducing dopamine sensitivity and increasing the threshold for arousal. This rewires the reward system, leading to less satisfaction with real intimacy and more need for artificial stimulation. This becomes especially problematic with age, as natural arousal becomes harder to access. Most men over 50 never realize that masturbation can become a powerful tool for healing and vitality, not just pleasure. The key lies in shifting from an automatic, tension-filled act to an intentional, mindful experience that works with your body's hormonal rhythms. In this chapter, I'll show you how to make that transition and reclaim the benefits without the drawbacks. First, timing matters. Instead of masturbating late at night when your body is preparing for rest and recovery, try doing it earlier in the day, when testosterone levels are naturally higher. Morning or early afternoon is when your nervous system is most responsive and your body can better process the hormonal fluctuations. This shift alone can reduce post-masturbation fatigue and restore balance to your energy cycle. Second, practice full body awareness. Instead of focusing solely on stimulation and release, bring attention to your breathing, your posture, and the muscles in your pelvic floor. Relax your jaw, your shoulders, and let your abdomen move freely. This allows your parasympathetic nervous system, your healing system, to activate. You may notice stronger orgasms, more complete relaxation afterward, and even fewer prostate symptoms over time. Third, use intention instead of distraction. Avoid screens or rushing. Instead, set aside a few minutes in a calm, private space and treat the experience like a form of self-care, not escapism. Think of it like a reset for your nervous system. Some of my patients say that with this approach, they actually feel more energized after because their body isn't fighting stress or guilt during the process. Finally, pay attention to your body's feedback. If you feel drained, tense, or irritable afterward, your current routine may be working against your vitality. Try spacing out your sessions, improving your nutrition, or even integrating light exercise or breathing afterward. Masturbation after 50 should not be about pushing your limits. It should be about restoring your strength from the inside out. As a urologist, I always tell my patients, sexual health doesn't begin in the bedroom, it begins in the kitchen. Especially after 50, your body needs targeted support to keep hormone levels stable, blood flowing freely, and the prostate functioning at its best. If your diet is lacking, even the best techniques won't compensate. So let's talk about what to eat and what to avoid to protect your manhood. First, prioritize zinc-rich foods. Zinc is essential for testosterone production and sperm quality. After 50, many men unknowingly run low, especially if they consume alcohol regularly or have digestive issues. Add more pumpkin seeds, oysters, lentils, or grass-fed beef to your weekly meals. If needed, a low-dose zinc supplement, 10 to 15 milligrams, can support prostate and sexual health without overdoing it. Second, don't underestimate magnesium and vitamin D. Magnesium supports nerve health, blood flow, and muscle relaxation, all vital for healthy arousal and recovery. Vitamin D works hand in hand with testosterone. Low D levels have been linked to fatigue, low libido, and even erectile dysfunction. Sunlight, fortified foods, and a high-quality D3 supplement 1000 to 2000 IU can make a huge difference in how you feel day to day. Third, increase foods that boost nitric oxide, like leafy greens, beets, and pomegranate. Nitric oxide opens up blood vessels, improves circulation, and enhances erectile function. This natural vasodilation helps men over 50 maintain stronger, longer-lasting blood flow without the need for artificial stimulants or risky medications. Add arugula, spinach, and beet juice to your diet for a noticeable effect. Finally, avoid inflammatory foods that silently sabotage your hormones. Processed sugars, seed oils, excess alcohol, and heavily fried foods. These increase estrogenic activity, clog arteries, and place stress on your liver and prostate. Stick to whole foods, drink plenty of water, and support your body like it's the only one you'll ever have, because it is. One of the biggest mistakes I see men make after 50 is thinking that prostate issues just happen with age. While it's true that aging increases risk, the real problem often lies in daily habits, the ones you repeat every morning and night without even realizing they're silently stressing your prostate and lowering testosterone. The good news? These habits can be reversed starting today. Let's start with sedentary routines. Sitting for long periods, especially with poor posture, compresses your pelvic floor, reduces blood flow to the prostate, and contributes to inflammation. Whether you sit for work, drive long hours, or watch TV for extended periods, make it a rule to stand up and move every 45 minutes. Even a 3-minute walk or stretch activates circulation and supports pelvic health. Another overlooked factor is hydration and urination habits. Many men over 50 drink too little water during the day, then overload fluids in the evening, causing frequent nighttime urination and disturbed sleep. Worse, they hold in their urine for too long, which strains the bladder and irritates the prostate. The solution? Hydrate steadily throughout the day, and don't delay urination when the urge arises. It's not just about comfort, it's about long-term function. Also critical is chronic stress. Cortisol, the stress hormone, directly lowers testosterone and promotes inflammation. A tense body creates tight pelvic muscles, reduced libido, and poor sleep, all of which feed back into a vicious cycle. I advise simple daily stress reducers, 10 minutes of deep breathing, light morning walks, or even short meditations. These small actions have a measurable effect on hormone levels and prostate relief. Lastly, pay attention to your bowel health. Constipation or straining can compress the prostate and pelvic nerves, causing discomfort and urgency. A fiber-rich diet, probiotics, and healthy hydration help keep things moving smoothly. Remember, your prostate sits right next to your colon. What happens in your gut affects your gland. Your morning sets the tone for the entire day. And if you're over 50, what you do or don't do in those first hours can either support your prostate health or quietly sabotage it. As a urologist, I often tell patients, before reaching for supplements or medications, fix your mornings. You'd be surprised how powerful a well-structured routine can be for hormone balance, bladder control, and overall energy. First, start your day with hydration, but do it right. A glass of warm water with a squeeze of lemon can stimulate digestion, cleanse the urinary tract, and activate circulation. Avoid downing multiple cups of coffee before hydrating, as caffeine acts as a diuretic and can irritate the prostate lining if consumed on an empty stomach. Wait 20 to 30 minutes after your first water intake, before that first cup of coffee, and keep it moderate. Next, move your body. Gentle pelvic floor exercises like Kegels are not just for women. They strengthen the muscles around the prostate, improve bladder control, and support better erections. Add light stretching, a short walk, or a few squats to stimulate testosterone and boost nitric oxide. The key is consistency. Even 10 minutes of mindful movement each morning compounds over time into measurable benefits. Another excellent practice is a morning breathing or grounding routine. Deep diaphragmatic breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which lowers cortisol and supports testosterone production. Pair it with some sunlight exposure to boost your vitamin D levels, a critical hormone cofactor for men. Just 10 minutes outdoors, breathing slowly, can jumpstart both your mental clarity and your endocrine system. Lastly, never skip a protein-rich breakfast with healthy fats. This stabilizes blood sugar, supports hormone production, and prevents the mid-morning energy crashes that many men mistake for just getting older. Try boiled eggs with avocado, Greek yogurt with nuts, or a plant-based smoothie fortified with magnesium and zinc. When your first meal supports your prostate, your whole body feels it.